The Evil Elves from the Evergreen Forest. Written and illustrated by Dorsey. Dedicated to my family, Camila, Mia, Marty, Allie, Stephanie, and the funniest teacher ever, Trevor Mattia. Introducing Camila, the boy, Miss Caitlin, and the Evil Elves. Once at Christmas, when I was 4 years old, I wanted to see Santa Claus and his elves. So after my mommy and daddy put me to bed, I snuck downstairs to hid behind our couch. I saw something glowing. It shined bright in my eyes. All of a sudden, I realized it was Santa and his elves. They put lots of presents under the tree. Then there was another bright light, and they were gone. I was about to go upstairs when I saw a third bright light. This time, it was red and purple. I saw more elves. Something was strange about these elves, though. Their eye color were red and purple. They didn't look right. Instead of putting more presents, they took away my presents until left. I will never forget these evil elves. They were tiny, and wore black jumpsuits. Hi there, I'm 7 years old. My grandmother took care of me after Christmas because my parents died on a plane crash. 3 years later, my grandma got cancer and died. When I finally heard about the news, I became cold. My eyes were filled with tears. My hands started shivering. A month after that, Miss Harriet came over to our house. She was one of my grandmother's friends. She asked me, "How would you like about going to a boarding school? I know it has been hard for you to lose your parents and now your grandmother. You can actually make more friends there." "Actually, that sounds good. Do you know any of the kids there?" I asked. "I know one little girl. Her name is Camila. I can take you there tomorrow and introduce you to her." "Bye," she said. The next day, when we finally got there, the building was red bricks and the doors were made out of glass. There was a sign that said Evergreen School. When we walked inside, there was a lady sitting in front with a computer on the desk. "How may I help you today?" the lady asked. "This is a little boy that needs to sign up as a student," Miss Harriet said. "Your room is 234. It's the first door up the stairs." When I got there, I noticed this place was like an orphanage I read about in books. There were lots of beds on one side of the room and toys on the other. What Miss Harriet didn't know was that the teachers were mean. They looked really pretty, but they were just too mean to be working with children. They were lazy too. They always took naps and refused to teach you anything. When I looked around to see if kids were nice, I found that most of the kids were really nice, but while some of them looked grumpy. I did not know who to talk to, so I did my favorite thing to draw. There was only one person there. When I sat down, she said to me, "Hi, my name's Camila. My grandmother's friend, Miss Harriet, said she knew you. She said we might become friends." I said, "What, do you want to be my friend? I have no friends, so how does it sound?" "Sure. I have no friends before because I was homeschooled. Can I show you something? I think I have a plan for it." She took me to her bed and said, "Here we are." "But there's nothing here. It's just your bed." She crawled under her bed and opened the piece of the floor. "I'm not going down there. It looks too scary," I said. She really wanted me to go down there, so she bit her lip and made puppy eyes at me. "Fine, just this once," I sighed. So Camila and I jumped down the hole in the floor. There was not that much down there. In the middle of the room there was a small box. I walked toward it and opened it. I saw a button on a little piece of cardboard. It said, "Do not press this button." Why did you need to show me this for?" I asked. "I had a plan to go to the Evergreen Forest, try and open the wall." "What wall? What forest?" "You'll see." That night, Camila and I tried to sneak out of the boarding school. We ran to the forest. Camila pulled this glowing ball out of her pocket. "Let's go," she said. At first we were walking on a dirt road, and then it became a brick road. Then the road ended when it was cut off by a big wall. We heard laughing and singing. One of those songs went like this: "He does not like kids, he wants to turn them into elves like me. So go ahead, try to hide. You'll still be found by the great and powerful elves. I'm going to press the button now, whispered Camilla. Before I could finish my sentence, Camilla pressed the button. The wall jumped down. We saw a bunch of tiny eyes staring at us. Camilla and I already knew what to do. Run! We ran all the way back to the boarding school. The next thing I knew, everyone was awake looking out the window. What are you looking at? I said. Angry elves, screamed one of the kids. Then Miss Caitlin came booming in with a red face. Who let those elves out of the forest? No one said a word. Speak now or forever hold your lies. Miss Caitlin boomed again. I did, whispered Camilla. And I did too, I whispered. You two made this mess? You must clean it up. She boomed. Take these carrots. Give them to the elves. They're allergic to them. But they don't know that yet. She gave us 2 big buckets of carrots. When we looked out the window, we saw elves turning people into elves one by one. We ran outside, giving as many carrots to elves as we could. I'm really glad we did not get turned into elves ourselves. Once every elf had bitten into a carrot, their faces turned red, their mouths swelled up. Sparks flew out of their ears, and poof, they were all gone. All of them were gone, I shouted with joy. We did it, Camilla shouted. When I grow up, I might want to have a story about this. And I did. Where is it? It's right in your hand.